Hi, this is Starsky&Hutch, 21st Century Environmental Explorers. If you like what we're showing, can you please subscribe by pushing the little green man and his dog in the bottom right hand corner? Thank you.
So this is a Middlefield Community Project, and I am responsible for community work in the area, and one of the parts of the community work is organising and initiating a community bike loan scheme. And the community bike loan scheme is a scheme where we lend out bikes to members of the community on long-term indefinite loans, so that members of the community can travel to work or use the bike on a daily basis. This was first started in response to the coming to the end of lockdown and people starting to use public transport again, and a few folk were mentioning to us that they were quite anxious about using public transport because of the close proximity of other people in an enclosed environment, and also using other people's cars. So the vast majority of people in this area are not necessarily car owners, because it is an area of multiple deprivation. And so we thought, what better way to answer that problem than to offer bikes on loan to members of the community. So we managed to get some funding to buy second-hand bikes, 11 of them, which we almost immediately distributed as soon as we got them. We also managed to build a community bike shed. Now, the idea behind the community bike shed is not only to store bikes, which is what it's doing at the moment, but also to give people the opportunity to come in and fix their bikes. We will give them support to help them to fix their bikes, because an awful lot of people will put their bike by the bin rather than fixing their bikes. And I don't know if anybody has been to Halfords. I'll wait for that car to pass. I don't know if anybody's been to Halfords lately, but it's quite expensive to get your bike fixed, and for a lot of folk around here, that's not an option. It's simply not an option. So fixing their own bikes is the next best thing. So we've had major success with this project, in that as soon as we advertise when we have bikes to give out, there are an equal number of people wanting to donate old bikes that's been sitting in their shed or their garage, clustering the place up and unused. So we end up with as many bikes as we've given out. So far, we have loaned out around about 40 bikes in a year. The 27th of August is our first anniversary, and we're going to have a big gala day to celebrate that. And yeah, it's been a major success so far. One story I can think about just now is a chap who has a disability, and he gets free public transport and free transport Scotland wide as because of his disability. So he got a bike, and he said he would give it a try. Now he never uses motorized transport. In fact, he hates it, and he loves riding his bike. He gets such a lot of pleasure and satisfaction of actually being able to get from A to B under his own steam. It's brilliant.
Can you tell us about this? This is a bit of a fun thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, this is Aberdeen's first green bike. It was built by a real bike enthusiast in Aberdeen who sadly died recently, and he donated all of his old bikes to us, or a lot of them. This bike has an interesting history. It was taken on a lot of, I don't know if you may remember some years back, there was a thing called critical mass, and people come out on their bikes and cycle around. He would bring this bike out and cycle around with it. The interesting thing is it's got hub dynamo to feed the lights, but not only that, it's got this amazing windmill
on top there.
Fits it to the back, on top, up the top there, spinning around. Also feeding the lights.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not very practical because it's always tin cans, but it's a green bike.
It's a bit of fun. That was the main thing.
I can't imagine the amount of hours that he's
messing around with it.
Fixing it.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And yeah, old newspapers for the wheels.
Lovely.
So a wonderful bike, and one that I will renovate and get going again, because
in his memory,
it's a thing. It's a work of art, really.
It's lovely. Okay, we'll end it on that note. Thank you very much. Thank you.